Look, if you want to play good in eFootball, you need to have two things. First, you need to have a perfect formation, in which your hand is fully seated, in which you have mastered it, and second is your internet. Now, I can't give you the solution of the internet, it depends on which net you are playing on. But, the second problem is formation. I am going to solve that solution for you today. Because, in this video, I am going to show you 5 free-to-play formations, which are 5 of 5 metas, and with these 5 formations, you can easily dominate your opponent by using your favorite playstyle. So, today I am going to show you these 5 formations. So, this video is going to be very interesting and helpful for you guys. So, watch this video till the end, subscribe to my channel, and if you are watching from Facebook, follow my page. And make sure, this video has a target of 1000 likes. If you complete the target of 1000 likes, then I am going to show you how to play any of these 5 formations with a proper game plan. So our number 5 formation is quite defensive formation. If you are trying to score goals even after doing everything, you have tried everything, nothing is working. So this is a perfect time for you to try this formation. Because this is a 5CV formation. Now many people will say that don't try 5CV, so try the remaining 4 formations, they are very overpowered. But the people who are having problems in defensive, this formation is for you guys. You can use any formation in GK, but make sure that your 3CV player, the middle player will be your destroyer, who will have dangerous speed and who will be very strong ideally. Because in the end, he will be your main defender. In both sides, you can give 2 build-ups if you have a good build-up. But if you don't have a good build-up, then you can use 2 defensive formations. If you have that good available, but if your defending is a bit weak, then I will highly recommend you to use 2 build-ups. Now the main thing is, you have to play offensive fullback in one side. I leave that on you. If you want, you can use LBP offensive fullback or you can use RBP offensive fullback. But make sure that the side where you use offensive fullback, you have to use a defensive fullback on the opposite side. And the main thing is your CMF and DMF. In DMF, you have to use Anchorman. But if you see that after using Anchorman, you are not able to attack, you can use Orchestrator. It totally depends on your attacking. And here make sure, you have to use box-to-box in CMF. Because box-to-box player will have connectivity with AMF, and you will see 2 options below, because of which your attacking will be strong. In AMF, you have to use whole player, there is no other explanation. You can use a creative player, but then you have to turn the whole. So that's why I highly recommend you, if you want to do quick triangle passing, then use whole player in AMF. And in CMF, there is no other playstyle, 2 goal posers who have 90 plus speed, 90 plus speed acceleration, means speed like Mbappe, you have to use those 2 CMF. Don't use any slow CMF, goal posers should be there. Now let's go to the information, individual instruction. In individual instruction, you have to give counter target to any CMF, which you like, with which you want to score more goals. And you have to give counter target to your AMF. That's it, these are the 2 individual instructions. You should try this performance. QC and long ball counter, both perform very well. Do comment in the comment section, how was the performance? Formation 4 is one of my personal favorite formations which I used in many of my videos. It's this formation. This formation is still meta. It was meta before also. A lot of people use this formation. Those who use this formation in the past, tell me in the comment section how was your experience in this formation. But let's talk about team build. In GK, as usual you can use any GK. Build up and destroy combo goes best in this formation according to me. Rest, it's up to you. Whichever combo you use, you can use that in this formation. You have to play a defensive fullback in RB and an offensive fullback in LB. But if you want, you can also play a defensive fullback in LB. But it's not necessary to play an offensive fullback in RB. Let's talk about our 2 CMFs. In one CMF, you have to play box-to-box. And in one DMF, you have to play anchorman. You have to play box to box in this side, because in LMF, you can play a creative player or you can use a whole player. If you want, you can also use a cross specialist, so that he can easily 1-2 with this CMF and get free. Otherwise, if ever your LMF is surrounded by the entire opponent's CB, then your CMF can run beautifully due to being box to box. So that you can take this CMF up and do a crossing. And the AMF that you have to play, you can also play a whole player if you want. But the best thing in this formation is your creative playmaker. So if you are playing a creative playmaker and doing a good attacking, then play it. Otherwise, you have to play a whole player. In 2 CFs, I will highly recommend you to use a goal poacher in both. If you want, you can use a deep length forward in this CF. But still, I will highly recommend you to use a goal poacher in both if you want to make your gameplay smooth and simple. Okay, let's talk about individual instruction. In individual instruction, you have to give a counter target to your AMF. And you have to give a counter target to this CF on the right. So that if he is crossing above, he will always stay inside the box and can easily hit.
Formation in number 3 is my personal favorite formation. If you like to play quick 1-2 passing, triangle passing, Tiki-taka, then this formation is for you. Here you get to see 3 CBs with 1 LB. In LB, you have to play an offensive player, and in 3 CBs, I highly recommend you to use a destroyer and a builder. But if you have a good defensive player like Maldini, then you can use him as an exception. And the CB on your right side, you have to use a defensive LB. You don't have to use a builder or a destroyer. Here you have to always use a defensive LB. Why? Because if the opponent plays a wing, then this defensive LB will be able to defend the opponent's winger. And if your opponent attacks from the middle, then you have the benefit of 3 CBs. The main thing here is that you have to use 2 midfielders. In 1, you have to use an anchorman as usual. And in 1, you have to use an orchestrator. Make sure you don't use box to box in this formation. If you want, if you are in the lead, then you can use a destroyer according to the CMF. But you don't have to use box to box here. You don't want a CMF that runs up. So here you have to use an orchestrator who stays here and does good defending and gives long through passes. The AMF you are seeing here you need a whole player who has a proper option of passing the triangle and can go up and finish in the middle. Here you have the CFs. If you want, you can use a deep line forward. If you want, you can use a creative playmaker. If you want, you can use any of your favorite CF who can do good dribbling and passing and can finish well. Otherwise, you can use Messi. Messi will be very strong in the CFs. So you can use him here. The left and right side CFs here, I will highly recommend you don't try any different playstyle. You have to use a goal poacher in both who has a good finishing. And the CF on the right side must have an outside curler skill. And if you want to give individual instructions in this formation, you don't have to give any individual instructions because the players are very close. You have to do very small passing. If you give individual instructions, he will do one more particular work because of which your option will be less and you can't attack. So don't give any individual instructions in this formation. The formation in number 2 is literally my creation because when the option of edit formation came in GFM, my first video was on this formation, which is my 4-3-3-2-CF1SS formation. And in this formation, I still get positive reviews that a lot of players like this formation the most. And there is no better formation for F2P because here you get to see very dangerous attacking with compact midfield and good defending. So in formation, you can use any GK. In LB and RB, you have to use defensive FB. And in the main 2 CBs, you can use any CB of your choice. According to me, the best thing in this formation is destroy and build up. Otherwise, you can use 2 build-ups as well. In DMF, you have to use an anchorman. And in your 2 CMFs, you can either use box to box, and in 1 CMF, you always have to use an orchestrator. But if you want to reflex box to box, then you can use a whole player or any creative playmaker. But if you have a defensive problem, then you can use either destroy or box to box. Okay, I will leave the SS to you. In SS, you can either use a whole player or creative playmaker, or you can use any goal poacher CF. There is no tension in any of them. And in 2 CFs, you have to use both goal poachers and no playstyle. Okay. If we talk about individualization, then you have to give counter-aggression to SS. And in your 2 CFs, you have to give counter-aggression to any CF that you want to score a goal from. Okay, otherwise, you can attack very well with this formation. Those who are still using this formation because I still play in this formation, for me, it is a proper working formation. What is your opinion? Do tell me in the comments section. So now let's talk about the final formation of this video. This formation has never ended. Whenever you play, it's a goated formation. In leader mode, 80 out of 100 players are playing with this formation. Yes, I'm talking about 4-3-2-2 formation. Personally, if I don't have a good team, then I would like to play with this formation. Because all 4 attackers of this formation do such dangerous attacking that you can easily free 1 or 2 attackers and dominate them. But to do that, it's important to have a good team. Let's talk about GK, any GK. Defense line, both defensive fullback LB and RB, and 2 middle CBs, I'm leaving the combo on you. Choose any CB. Let's talk about your CMF and DMF. A lot of people play box to box in CMF, which is absolutely wrong. You always have to play an orchestrator here who stays here and doesn't go up. Out of your 2 AMF pairs, you have to play one as a whole player. And you have to play in one either do it in creative play or like I'm playing Messi here. I mean, no playstyle is varying here. Say a non-playstyle. You can also use such non-playstyle players here. You see 99% players in both CFs. Those people always use 2 goal poachers in both CFs who have great speed. So here your CFs have great speed. And it's very important to have a great finishing. So this is the overlook of your formation. Now let's talk about individual instruction. No player gives individual instruction. I have seen a lot of players as a YouTuber who give individual instruction in this formation in different ways. They give according to them. So I have only one opinion. You play normally in this formation. Let this formation do its work. And you can dominate this formation very well. So there is no need to give individual instruction. Play and then see what is needed. Give according to that. So let's end this video here for today. How did you like this video? Tell me in the comments section. And if you complete 1000 likes, then I will teach you how to play any formation from these 5 formations from scratch to advance. I will teach you everything, guys. So make sure you like this video. Subscribe to the channel. See you.